All right, so here she is. It's a 1971 F100, and it's got the 360 V8 in it. Like I said, not a whole lot going for it with respect to brakes, but yeah, you know, she's been a farm truck. Just trying to. She's got some rust. She's no beauty. She's got some pretty decent rust going on. I haven't been under it to see what the frame looks like yet, but oh, and also get back over here, flat tire, so got to deal with that. Inside, just functionally, seats in decent shape on this side, but the other side, it's wide open. Ignore my Black Rifle Coffee energy drink. They are not a sponsor. No air conditioning, which, you know, for Texas isn't the best. Dashboard's cracked up a bit. Haven't checked if the radio works. We'll figure that out. Oil pressure sensor works, but the coolant temperature and the fuel level sensor do not work. As you can, well, I don't know if you can see that very well. Windshield is just destroyed. Headliner's okay. Got a little mold going. This is the unit with the gas tank right behind the back seat, or right behind the front seat. Yeah, I mean, makes it easy to get to, for sure. You can see the weather seal on the back window is just old and started shrinking, needs to be replaced. Door seals seem okay. I don't see anywhere from the top side where the floorboard is rusted through, but it has the rubber coating in here, so I'm not sure if you know, I have to climb under it and take a look. Outside, you know, it's got some surface rust, it's got some dings and dents, but I don't see any places, right, given that we're in Texas, we don't have salt on the roads ever, or even any snow for that matter. So you know, the pillars aren't rusted out and that sort of thing. Door's got a little spot rust down here, if you can see. Of course, some beauty marks, being a farm truck for the past, I don't know, 40 years or something. I don't know, maybe since she was alive. You can see the front end's got some dings in it where the bumper doesn't sit correctly. That light cover's fallen off. It looks like they hit something here and pushed the bumper in. You can see it pulled it out here a bit, but I need to get under there. Well, and you can even see the bend here in the bumper. The trim, half of it's missing. Interestingly, the bed has a custom bed sticker on it, even though this isn't a Ford Custom. Whatever. The back bumper was replaced. It has a Skyline Ford out of El Campo, Texas mark on it. And it's also been damaged. It's gonna probably need to be replaced. See if I maybe can't find a stock unit or stock replacement. Bed's got a major ding in it. Actually, it's got two. Here's another one here. Or not the bed, but the tailgate. Haven't even tried to open that yet. When I bought it, I got all this with it. I need to get all that out of there so I can keep water out of the bed. I do need to check the bed itself, see what sort of condition it's in, see if there's any rust. I don't see anything, but of course it's covered in tons of junk. So, look, there's an old ceramic, what are those called? I forget. I got a big one over here. You can see the big one in the yard right there. Anyway, spare tires back here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like she could be something. You can see back here too, the weather stripping is pulling apart. But overall, you know, she's not in bad shape. Didn't pay a whole lot of money for her, so I wasn't expecting a beauty. But anyway, she runs. I got the battery disconnected because he says the previous owner said that the the brake switch drags and it'll leave the brake lights on, and so it'll drain the battery. So I just pulled the negative terminal off of that. But I think I showed you guys before that. No, I think I mentioned it. here's the ground cable. I mean, I'm assuming that's stock. It just goes down to the block down there. Signs of everybody's favorite friends in here. Got to get that cleaned out. Let's take a look in the old air sucker here. See what she looks like. Hopefully I don't dump a bunch of this freaking mess all over the place. Dump it down in the freaking carb. This should have a 2-barrel carb on it. I think it's a Ford carb, but I haven't looked yet. Yeah, not too bad. No signs of craziness in there. I mean, it needs to be clean. It's showing its age, but my main fear was finding a bunch of mouse droppings or a mouse nest. We don't have that problem too much down here in Texas, just because, well, I'm not sure why. I think fundamentally it's too hot, and we don't have the wildlife you have up north, and so everything's trying to eat them, right? Bobcats, coyotes, house cats. I mean, we have them, don't get me wrong. I'd probably go out in the barn and find you some, but they don't necessarily like to hang out in engine bays all that often. Some interesting new tape here on that wire harness. Although actually I'm lying to you. That's where I sprayed some PB Blaster on the hood just to loosen it up some. It just looks new. It looks brand new compared to this, but that's just because the PB Blaster stripped all the dirt off of it. So anyhow, this is it. It's like I said, it's a 360, 1971. It was built in August of 1970, but it's a 71 model. And yeah, like I said, she runs and drives. Not great, no brakes. But functionally, she's better than I would expect for what I paid. I will say I got something leaking in here. I'm pretty certain the heater core is leaking down in. I can't, I don't know. Maybe that's oil. I can't tell. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to play around with that, figure out what's coming in there. What else? Can't think of anything else. Let's take a look at the roof while we're here. See what she looks like. Got some rust holes in the drip edge up front. Just junk collecting in there and never being cleaned out. So that kind of sucks. I don't know if you can see it up here. But paint chipping off from the rust. But I don't, not a ton of body rust. She's in decent shape. You can see all the rust coming off the hood here. It's not in the best of condition. And then over here too, I did notice starting to get some rust holes through the freaking body down in here too. I'm pretty certain that's just because crap's been collecting in there and not cleaned out. Anyway, there's the windshield. Just destroyed. Cracked all the way across. Needs to be replaced. Not sure if the windshield wipers work. The mirror is off of here, but it's sitting, I don't know if you can see it, it's sitting on the dash. So I got that. Anyway, I don't know. I think plan is going to be to get her mechanically sound. I don't know if you can tell here, she's got a massive oil leak. Got to figure out where that's coming from. Brakes, got to get that booster or that master cylinder replaced. Doesn't have a booster on this model. It's just straight up master cylinder. Also the steering, as I mentioned in the last video, I don't know if you can hear this. Bunch of grinding going on. I'm pretty certain the bearings in the column have failed. Apparently you can buy them still, and I think you can still buy them from Ford. But it's not the easiest thing to replace. You'll see that's the shift lever. This has the automatic transmission. Not sure which one. I think C4 maybe, or C6 auto. I'm gonna have to double check on that. It's got coolant in it. I don't see a coolant leak. Hoses seem to be in generally good order. You know, they're still pliable. That one down there looks terrible, but I can't tell if that's because of the oil dripping on it or what. That's the bottom radiator. Fuel filter in here. Not sure when that was last checked. I looked for a date, couldn't find one. Same on the oil filter. Looking at it, it's showing rust. I don't know if you can see that. No date written on it, so not sure there. That's going to be the next step. I might take the vice grip garage and stick some Rotella in here. The old V8. But yeah, what I pick up on first, I don't know, but we'll find out. We will find out. What else? This unit doesn't have air conditioning. So if you look on the belt, all we've got alternator, block, and that's it. Nothing else. Yeah, I don't see any coolant leaks, except for maybe whatever that was on the inside where the heater core is leaking, right? That's where the heater core goes in. I can't imagine it's anything else coming out of that, but who knows? I'll find out. I don't think there's any vacuum leaks. Yet to be determined. We'll see. And yeah, I also haven't checked the oil, so I gotta go to a meeting, but not a meeting. Actually, I have to go learn how to drive a deuce and a half for a parade. Anyway, but that's it. Oh, I'll show you this seat. Here is your last little thing. I did find a couple places online that sell reupholster kits. You can buy it in this color, and they'll send it to you, and you just pull it off. All these are only held on by hog rings. I don't know if you can see. There's a hog ring there and a hog ring there, but they sell you the upholster kit. You put it on, tie it tight, hog ring it onto the frame. You got to pull the seat out to do it, but yeah, there's the front seat. So she needs to be replaced. You can see too, there's everybody's favorite friend living in here. I am going to stick some mouse poison in here and just make sure that if they are in here, they go the way of the water buffalo. Anyway, that's it. Appreciate you hanging out. Just wanted to give a better video of all the details before we get working on something. Not sure what it's going to be, but I'll bring you along with me. Everybody have a good one. Take care.